Yeah, they come in talking sports and yes, they talking anime. Entertainment out here too, you know them boys, they do not play. Tweaking out if they ain't on your playlist every day. Yeah. Right. Tap and listen to okay. Now it's time to conversate. Same convo on your airways. Yeah, they came to entertain and yes, they talking anime. And they coming with the sports, they changing lives in major ways. You is tweaking out if TACA in your playlist. Hey, if you come and listen, then you listen to the best. They not worried about the others, cause they better than the rest. Kenny, Carlil, Bomb, but they put the others to the test. New episode flow, now tap in to see what is next. Yeah.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to The Same Convo, the podcast where we talk everything sports, anime, media, and entertainment. It's your boys, Kenny, Carlo, and Bomba, and this is the anime segment. Today, we'll be talking Kimetsu no Yaiba, aka Demon Slayer. We're talking about everything concerning the season 2. But before we get into it, y'all know I got my weekly questions. Y'all like donuts?
I do. Wait, I'm scared to answer that question.
No. You like donuts.
No.
Which donut is the best?
The strawberry one with the strawberry icing and the sprinkles on it.
That's all right. But I wasn't talking about donut flavors. I was talking about anime donut.
Wow.
Rangoku, which is the best donut.
Move on.
Which is the best donut, Carla?
Don't disrespect either one of them like that.
How ironic is it they're both fire users?
It's like everybody trying to say something.
We got to cook that donut, so you need some cold.
Did you say we got to cook that donut? Get them out of here.
I'm going to go with... I'm going to answer this in an effects way, all right?
In an effects way? That's what you're going to answer it as?
Yes.
Well, we're not going to say best. Let's say which is worse, which hurt the most. That's better.
No. I'm going to answer the way I want to answer real quick first.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm going to say Ace's death had the biggest effect on me, emotional effect as well, and on the trajectory of the show. Without Ace's death, Luffy doesn't learn hockey when he does. Without Ace's death, they get killed at Sabaody. Without Ace's death, the Straw Hat journey ends very early.
I feel like the same argument could kind of be made for Tanjiro too, right?
Without Rengoku's death, where does Tanjiro die?
I mean, Tanjiro wouldn't have. I mean, without Rengoku, if Rengoku did not fight to death, Tanjiro then probably would have been dead by Akaza.
No. I feel like it's different because.
No, I understand the setup is definitely different in terms of the depth, but I feel like in terms of progression, how it affects the story. Because Rengoku kind of propels towards the search of flame breathing, and
I also might have made an unfair comparison because One Piece has extended much further after Ace's death, and Demon Slayer hasn't had a chance to get that far yet for us to know the full effect of Rengoku's death. I'm still saying.
Which is your favorite, Kenny?
I'm saying Ace's death is also sadder because he died in his little brother's arms, who had went through hell and back to get to his brother. And just seeing
my God, Oda, if you ever see this, it was Impel Down was too long. It was too long. How they break in to the prison, get all the way down there, that nigga Ace is gone, and then they gotta break all the way out, and this nigga Luffy almost dies, and then becomes immune to poison. Like what? What kind of plot armor is that? What kind of story is that? Oda, look, it's me and you. It's me and you.
Crazy. Luffy becomes immune to poison, but then he's not immune to poison when he gets poisoned again later on.
Like, you're writing. I need you to explain it, Oda, please.
Doesn't Sanji's sister poison him? And Whole Cake, Sanji's sister poisons him.
Look, I'm gonna just agree with Kenny.
I mean, I'm still saying Ace. Ace had the bigger effect on Luffy than Ringo, of course, because his brother. And I feel like it was just so emotional watching Luffy go through all that. Somebody who's been always so happy and lighthearted, just like
Right.
completely break.
So
I almost started crying.
This man said four sword style. Yeah, nah, I agree with Kenny. Ace's death was definitely. I'm not picking a favorite, Bomba. Stop doing that bullshit, you menace. Ace's death is definitely the saddest because I didn't like One Piece when I started it, but I loved Ace. And then to see my favorite character be amongst one of the only characters that die in the show when it should have been fucking Jack.
Not Jack.
It's sad. It's
Plus,
so
we barely even knew Rengoku. That man had what, like 4 scenes.
I had hearing problems.
Hey, it still hit you though. That's why it was well done. But let's not waste too much time on that. Let's jump into the nitty gritty of stuff, man. So we all seen the season 2. Kenny, you recently seen it, so I'm gonna start with you first. What were your first impressions like?
Maybe because it's been so long since I saw Mugen Train and saw like the first season, I forgot how dark that shit was. How like crazy. Was season 1 that crazy? Like with like that bloody and stuff too? Was season 1 like that?
Towards the end, yeah. Naturally, all over. What you mean? We started like that. They killed his whole family.
I know, but they didn't show them getting killed.
They showed him laying in a pool of blood.
That's way different than showing them get dismembered.
But I'm saying, like, that was gruesome.
Okay,
you just don't find people laying in blood.
What was the last demon that they killed in Demons? The spiders.
Spider, yeah.
That wasn't that bloody. Oh, when they was breaking their bones with their webs.
What you mean it wasn't bloody?
That was crazy. And they was breaking their bones with the webs. That was crazy.
And they were cutting straight hands. Limbs was flying off of places.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy.
You remember like all the other Slayer Corps basically died?
Okay, I'll say I didn't to the main. This is the first time the main characters got real fucked up.
Yeah.
Like after this, I'm like, damn, is Tanjiro gonna be able to talk again? Because this man's tongue might be gone. He was talking after. So his tongue's supposed to be gone, bro.
Not just a tongue, I would say.
His whole, yeah, that was crazy.
What about you, Carla? What was your first reactions to the?
I'm not gonna lie. My first reactions to Entertainment District arc, it felt like it started off kind of slow. Just to build up to everything, and that's why I had to like watch it twice. Because like within the first few episodes, I really did get bored. But once I held on and the story progressed, like
it got crazy quick.
It got crazy quick. But I also appreciate the animation. You know, Demon Slayer, since it's been out, has been known for its animation. Has been known for the hype moments within the fighting scenes, within all the serious drama moments. And so overall, like I say 9.7 out of 10. 9.7.
Yeah.
9.7 out of 10.
I also want to say this: Nezuko is like a top 2 OD demon that we've seen already.
Let's not go ahead, because the next thing I wanted to actually do was take our time and give these characters a rating based off of their performance during the season. Because we know we were unsatisfied with everybody. We're unsatisfied with everybody. We're going to try to go real quick. I'm going to give you a character. You're going to give me what grade you will give him based off of their performance for the second season.
Out of 10?
Performance in the second season or performance in the show overall?
Second season, the district simply. So I'm going to start with the first one, Zenitsu.
Out of 10?
My boy was asleep the whole time, but yeah, out of 10.
Get that dog at 9. Get that boy at 9, dog.
A week.
9. We save our arguments for afterwards, or
let's all get our ratings first, and then we can argue.
Get that boy at 9.
I ain't gonna lie, I give Zenitsu probably like a 7.7.
Bro, hold on. I'm about to blue skidoo through this screen at Kenny's apartment and knock him the fuck out.
That's crazy because I kind of agree with him. I'm at a 7.
And then after I knock him the fuck out, I'm a blue skidoo through this screen.
Well, tell us why you're so passionate about your 9 then. Go ahead.
Can we go to my notes? Can we just This man, one, he was asleep the whole time, but did you not peep what was going on? He is developing consciousness while he is sleeping. Did y'all not peep that? And so he is able to use his moves more frequently. Let me just thunder breathing, first form, thunderclap, the Godspeed, y'all. And then he came up in so many clutch moments. One almost defeated Daki by herself. If she didn't have plot with range, he would have sliced her clean off with Godspeed. But because of plot, she survived a little bit until Inosuke popped in to help. But he came in clutch. He's one of the people that almost saved out of the three. He's one of the people that saved Tanjiro from death. Tanjiro had to be saved from death 3 different times in this whole fight, and he was the first one. So just based off that, based off his thunder breathing style, the Godspeed, the thunderclap, I'm giving that boy a 9 out of 10, and he came up in clutch moments.
Can I explain my 7.7?
All right.
I do agree. Zenitsu did become very clutch, very clutch. And that's why he got the 0.7 and added on to it. However, we cannot forget that he was the first one to get caught. He was the first one wrapped up in her.
So he got knocked down 2.3 points for getting caught.
I'm not done. You gotta let me finish. Not only did he get caught, he got saved by the person who I think had the worst performance in the arc, Inosuke. Inosuke, he came clutch, but he definitely did the least out of everybody that was, boxing. 2, Carlito gave him points for getting his Godspeed and how fast he was moving. Let's not forget, even with his speed, he wasn't able to close in through the belt. But Tanjiro, once he started holding his breath, he moved fast enough where he closed the gap. So is Tanjiro faster than Zenitsu and he's supposed to have Godspeed? Let's talk about it. Let's also talk about how Zenitsu needed Inosuke to hold their own against her, while Tanjiro was 1v1 of her for the longest.
He almost died. She was about to kill him.
I didn't interrupt you.
She was about to kill him. So what do you mean? He was one-on-one for the longest. He almost died. And then she almost killed both of them when they 2-on-2. No wonder.
Let me finish. We have a rude co-host. I didn't interrupt him. He's interrupting me. I let him finish. All right. So Carlito is right. When it comes down to it, Tanjiro did need to be saved by what's her name? By his sister. I don't know.
Nezuko.
He needed to be saved by Nezuko. But we cannot escape the fact that he was the first to fight her blind. He didn't have any perception of her powers. He didn't know what she could do. He didn't know about the secondary transformation. And yet he held his own for the longest. Zenitsu and Inosuke were double teaming her and couldn't do shit for her. They were just keeping her busy because she was able to fight them and also fight Tanjiro and the Hashira that was with him at the same time. So not only was she able to hold them up, but she was also able to secondary help her brother at the same time. Wow. There's many times where Tanjiro almost killed her. He got this close to killing her a couple times himself. Let's not forget about that. And Nezuko saved him, but let's not forget that we also say that Nezuko is a top 5 demon that we didn't see in our range. We all was like, oh my God, Nezuko went crazy. Nezuko went stupid.
And Daki's upper 6.
That's fine. And like I said, Tanjiro had no indication of what her powers were, and he held her off for so long by himself. Zenitsu and Inosuke with full intel on what she could do, and with other people going on, whole thing going on, distraction and everything, did not 1v1 her, and couldn't do nearly as much time. Never was close to killing her as Tanjiro was. Remember, while she was fighting Tanjiro, she was in there like, oh my God, is he this good? Is he really that strong? She ain't never said that to Zenitsu.
She was thinking about like the heat, the speed, and all of that.
She was shook. She was shook the whole time while fighting Tanjiro. Now, Inosuke and Zenitsu were fighting her, and she's fighting them off, chilling, while also helping her brother. Come on, bro.
I gotta jump in real quick on that because I feel like I kind of agree with Kenny. My whole point with the 7 is Zenitsu is cool. Zenitsu in action is cold as shit. He's probably still one of the coldest characters. Like, granted, Tanjiro is
better than Inosuke for sure. He's definitely better than Inosuke.
Yeah. But he's popping up because, like I said, his speed, whenever he decides to go active, even the way he speaks when he's asleep, like, it's kind of cold. But the problem is he gotta be asleep. while this nigga is awake, he was able to tell the Dak he was a demon, but he couldn't do nothing about it, or he wouldn't even dare do anything about it. Whereas maybe he was asleep, Dak would have moved. Get
Like
to it.
Escalade.
Nigga. Like, we get to it. That's what I don't like. I feel like it's always just like shut down and until you're like turned off type shit. And until once it's turned off, he goes crazy. That's like ballistic, but it's just like, come on, man. Like, all these niggas is moving so fast. Inosuke at this point, he don't care about his body. That shit is breaking. He's like, I'm gonna push through it because he knows that's how he can get stronger. Tanjiro, this nigga is like learning how to use these breathing forms. So he's evolving, he's moving. Nezuko is moving. But with him, it's like, I understand he's already at this level and we gotta get to it. This part of like just being asleep all the time is just like, not just being asleep, but just being completely useless when you're awake. It's just like not it. I just don't.
And you gotta forget, this nigga Tanjiro was trying new shit while fighting her. He said, "Oh, let me try that."
Yeah, like this nigga was trying to breathe with a hole in his chest, learning how to utilize like the water style with the flame style at the end. I'm just like, come on.
And he
man.
showed, like I said, Zenitsu has God speed, but Tanjiro showed a feet faster than that.
It was faster for a second.
It really was. But I respect y'all's decision. 9.0.
That's fine. That's fine. We were not all mentally agreed, but let's try to move on. Let's try to move fast with the rest of these because we got a lot to get through today. The next one is Inosuke. Personally, I'm gonna give him a 7 as well. I don't even need to explain it. He wasn't that solid. I only gave him a 7 because the outcome was the same. Him and Zenitsu was cool, but Zenitsu ain't do more than Inosuke. Inosuke just.
You said Zenitsu did not do more than Inosuke?
When it came to their fight with Daki.
That's why I gotta disagree with you.
Where they came with their fight with Daki?
Do you forget that when Tanjiro did stab what's the brother's name?
Gyotaro.
When he did stab Gyotaro, Zenitsu was the one who climbed out of the rubble and was able to get everybody away and do what they needed to do afterwards.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, I guess you're talking about like the tiny detail. I'm talking about in terms of fighting, in terms of like clutch
That's
shit.
not a tiny detail. That was Zenitsu's speed right there. Everybody dies.
And what's the name? His attacks did more to Daki than Inosuke's did.
If it wasn't for Inosuke, you are not killing Daki. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. He was clutch. He was just there like, you needed him. You needed him.
Because remember, Zenitsu was trying to kill her, but he couldn't do nothing because she made her neck into like a little rope belt thing.
The cloth.
Inosuke came in there and said, "Give me that neck."
I got fucking swords. Like,
I'm gonna go 6.
I ain't gonna. I agree. I give Inosuke a 6.
okay.
Wait. Let me reassess. He saved Zenitsu. He did cut her head off. He wasn't the final cut, but he got a cut in on her head. He was able to move his heart to tank being impaled. Apparently, he actually is immune to poison, unlike everybody else.
Oh no, he was lying. He was struggling. He was lying. Remember, after he was at the hospital. It'll make sense.
Wait. He would. I thought Inosuke did Nezuko have to heal him too?
He had the poison in him. You can see it like towards the end, he was in bad shape. He was lying. He's not immune to poison.
I thought he was in bad shape because he got stabbed like through his chest.
No, but the poison got him.
His body started turning purple? I feel like his body never. Everybody who got poisoned, their body started turning purple. I don't remember his body ever turning purple.
But keep going with your point. I got you.
Okay, so he got her head off. He saved Inosuke, and he saved his other wives.
Mm-hmm.
I keep forgetting everybody's name. What's wrong with me? What was Hashira's name? Tengen. He saved Tengen's wife.
He was saved by Nezuko from Gyotaro.
Okay, so he was also saved. He saved Tengen's wife. He saved Zenitsu. He got a rip on the head. That's pretty much all he did, though.
So what you giving him?
I think him and Zenitsu are tied, actually. I'm going to give him a tie.
A 7? 7.5?
I'm going to give him 7.7 because Zenitsu needed him and Inosuke needed Zenitsu. So
All right.
actually, I lied. I'm giving him a flat 7 because Zenitsu came in clutch when he was under the rubble, or he was faking like he was stuck under the rubble.
That's all right. Moving on to the next character we got.
Wait,
Next
Carlo,
level.
what did you say, Carlo? You said a 6?
You said a 6, yeah.
What did you say, Bomba?
I said a 7.
I also gave him a 7. Okay.
So next character we got, it's the next member of the trio, the MC main character, Danjiro Kamado. What y'all giving him?
Out of 10,
Yeah.
I'm giving him a 10. No cap. I'm giving him a 10 out of motherfucking 10.
We give him an 8.5.
Like I said from the beginning, he 1v1'd the demon that Inosuke and Zenitsu for the longest, for a long ass time. And he didn't technically lose until civilians got in his way. He's like, oh wait, I gotta protect the humans. And don't forget that the girl, before he knew her powers, the demon, she got the first lick in. So he was fighting her from the jump, but was still 1v1ing her the whole time. Let's not also forget who got the clean swing on the brother who was even stronger than her. Let's not forget who masterminded the plan to get that nigga weak so he could get that hit. This man Tanjiro masterminded 2 or 3 plans to get the dub from the whole fight. Out of everybody, Tanjiro did the most fighting. More than Tengen. He fought more than Tengen did. This without Tanjiro, they all die. How do you not give him a 10?
Kenny with a 10. Carlo, you seem to disagree a little bit. What's up?
No, I understand and fully, just so he knows, fully respect his points because he has some valid points in there. But the one I'm having trouble agreeing with the whole time is just the fight with Daki, because no matter how long he fought, the result was still the same. He was about to die on that rooftop. He was about to die until Inosuke and Zenitsu showed up. I'll give him an 8.5 because he finally developed his scar and combined his flame breathing and sun breathing for a powerful attack. But where I take off 1.5 points,
Flame and water breathing. Flame and water breathing.
Nah, he did flame and sun breathing.
Flame and water breathing.
It was flame and water, not sun.
It was sun breathing. Go ahead. Fact check me while I'm talking.
It's Inokami Gagura. It's just the dance. It was flame breathing.
Flame and sun breathing. Go ahead, fact check
It
me.
wasn't sun breathing. It's the sun dance. Inokami Gagura.
Okay.
I am not looking at teaching you shit.
Can I finish?
No, you cannot. It's my segment.
Go ahead.
Inokami Gagura. Now you go.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I'm done.
No, you're not done. It's my segment. Speak.
I just want to make one more point. Remember,
Why are you still making points? You're done.
I got one more. You said you're done.
All right,
You said you were done.
I'm done. My fault.
I got one more point. Remind you, without Tanjiro holding her off, Zenitsu and Inosuke would have died because she could feel what was happening to her belt, and she would have went back to her little hole had Tanjiro not been fighting her.
Okay.
Another point.
Again, no matter what you say, the result still would have been the same. But again, 8.5 for his performance. But where I dock off 1.5 is the amount of times he had to get saved. He had to get saved by Zenitsu, he had to get saved by Nezuko, and he had to get saved by Tengen twice. So I can't. It's like, yes, Tanjiro dealt the final blow, but again, he's the main character. He has plot armor. Of course he's gonna, like, who else is gonna do the final blow? That's what's supposed to happen. He's the main character. But the fact that he had to get saved 4 times, like, again,
remind me of the 4 times he got saved.
So he got but when they first encountered Daki was about, I mean, not Daki, the brother Gyutaro was about to cut that man's head off. So he got saved by Tengen twice in the fight with Gyutaro. He got saved by Nezuko because he was about to die when he got kicked off the roof. He was about to die again. Nezuko came out her box, exploded. She, what's the name? One, mastered her blood demon art. Let's give it to her. master that blood demon art. But she saved him, and then, like I said, when they were on the roof, when he was fighting Daki on the rooftop, and Zenitsu and Inosuke had to come take over, Zenitsu was the one who saved him. So 8.5. He all the things that Kenny said, valid for sure. But again, I don't think there have been much of the same outcome came when he fought Daki and when Zenitsu and Inosuke fought Daki, and he had to get saved the most out of everybody, which is understandable, but still.
So you'd be saved the most, don't you have to fight the most?
You said what?
Never mind. I won't go down the rabbit hole.
What? I'm gonna jump in between and give him a 9.5. The reason why I did not give him a 10 is simply because I understand the fight, like with him struggling, because simply from the get-go, Tanjiro was outmatched. He was never supposed to match like somebody like Daki. Just simply from what we've seen from last season. Even though they went through this training arc, it was not a training arc that was supposed to propel him. And like he grew through that fight, like in the middle of the fight with wounds, like when he had a clear handicap. But I feel like we've said, I don't think that Tanjiro is necessarily the driving mind behind the fight, if that makes sense. And that's why I didn't give him a 10. Because I feel like for a heavy part, it depended on Tengen.
Yeah, you're right.
It depended on Tengen, and
it's just Tanjiro's toughness. This man.
No, he was tough.
This man taped his hand to his sword. His
fingers
were broken.
Was stabbed in his
person,
mouth. He should have been dead. He should have been dead from that one.
The reason I give Zenitsu so low score, Zenitsu was double teaming the same demon Tanjiro was fighting by himself. That's why. That's it.
I understand that. But I gotta go ahead.
What did you say, Carlo?
Same outcome. No matter.
If one guy has the power of two guys, who's stronger? All right.
Same outcome. No matter.
But okay, we just got two more people to go through. Very easy. The other one is Nezuko. Give me y'all rating real quick. We all know how we feel
10
about
out of 10. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. No explanation. I don't get no explanation. I don't care. I don't care what Kitty. What are you about to say? When I said her blood demon art, and this man Tengen would have not only retired, he would have been dead without her. So it would have been Tanjiro. She literally saved Demon Slayer. Kenny, say something else. Say something else, Kenny. She saved the anime, and we have a new season because of her. 10 out of 10. She's cold. She's the best character on the show.
Kenny, what you gotta say to that? You look a little shy.
I'm giving Nezuko.
Got these people looking at me yelling.
I'm giving Nezuko a 9.5. Something between.
Okay.
The reason I'm giving her a 9 to 9.5, a little bit lower than Tanjiro, is because she only fought one time. She got in one fight and with the weaker demon. If she would have fought her older brother, that would have been, we would have something else to talk about.
Then wasn't she whooping the shit out of that weaker demon that all of them were struggling against?
Right, kick her head off.
Kick her head off. Come on, dog.
The one Tengen wasn't struggling.
And you gotta stop
Remember Tengen chopped her head off with a switch. He literally walked in the room and her head fell off.
Okay, don't disrespect Daki. She was the weaker out of the two, yes. She's still upper 6. I don't care what anybody says.
I get it.
Like you said, Nezuko and Tengen both swiftly took her head off. You know who didn't? The other 3.
Yeah.
What did I say? I was like, okay. I was like, Nezuko is way stronger than Tanjiro. I get that.
Dog.
Tanjiro showed more heart, more grit than everybody on there. Is what I'm giving him a lot of points for. Nezuko, who has demon powers, has a bit of an advantage over her older brother. So my issue is Nezuko only fought one time. You said she mastered her blood demon art. She did not master it because after she used it, she became very hungry. She couldn't control her demon urges.
But I feel like that's the reason why I'm not even giving her a 10. I'm giving her 11. But this is the reason why I said that. Nezuko does not eat like she's supposed to. Every single one of these demons is going through schemes. Daki got a whole district set up just to eat. Nezuko just got a bamboo and whatever juice they be putting in it and just put her in the thing and she just hush. Going on with Tanjiro, they be eating. She don't eat. She don't do nothing. She just be sleep because she's supposed to be tired.
Imagine if she
All
ate
of
a
us could-
Hashira. Oh my god.
Huh?
Imagine if she ate a Hashira.
I'm not even saying that though. But imagine like this girl randomly came out of nowhere in the most clutch fashion. And yes, granted, Tengen cut Daki's head off. This girl kicked Daki's head off clean. Like almost like she just cut this shit.
Wait, I forgot. Don't forget Daki also cut Nezuko's head off multiple times.
And but what happened? Her
She just-
regeneration was like
Yes, she had. Remember, you can only even if you cut a regular demon's head off just with something regular, they stay alive unless you have a certain. Is it the sword that they use that's able to kill them?
yeah, it's a sword and the sword and or the sun.
You have to have a special sword to kill them by chopping their head off.
Yeah, but the regeneration she was regenerating faster than
Oh, the
Daki.
generation speed was crazy. Yes, but let's
She
not.
was regenerating faster than Daki. She healed everybody. And then she pulled up in the most clutch fashion I've seen. Like, I did not expect it at all from her. If that makes sense. And it's just like, they just gave it to her and it was just fucking fire, man.
Let's not forget that first encounter Daki won. Daki could have killed her or further injured her if she hadn't sat there and let her regenerate the first time.
But I feel like that's the whole point of it. Daki is looking at like, you're almost not a demon. The fuck is you doing? And then you are able to because literally, how do you justify Nezuko's power? You didn't expect it because you can't even justify it. She don't eat, like I said. She's supposed to be weak. She's always hiding in the backpack. She ain't never fought in her life.
But that's according to Carlil, that's plot. I don't think you get points for plot.
No, I'm saying is you get everything that we're talking about is plot. Inosuke, Zenitsu, and all that is plot. But I'm saying that's the rating. That's where it's coming from. How was that executed? Tanjiro surviving from a wound, that's plot. Him breaking his finger, holding the sword, that's still plot.
She only fought one
giving her
time.
11.
At least her plot wasn't getting saved 4 times.
Huh?
I said at least Nezuko's plot wasn't getting saved 4 times. That's just crazy to me. It's crazy to me.
If she was cold, I gotta give her 11. But let's move on to our. Go ahead.
If she would have fought the main demon, I would have gave her a 10. No.
But yo, I don't think that y'all understand even like the power between Daki and Gyotaro. Like that's the problem. Gyotaro is like on this level. Daki was just a hindrance.
Exactly. That's the same.
But I'm saying she's still stronger than all of those low moves that we fought, and they're still OP as shit. Nezuko just no training, nothing at all. She just popped off.
That's what I'm saying.
And started going to work.
If I would have saw Nezuko fight Gyotaro, that would have been different. It would have been a 12 out of 10.
Nah, I gave her 11. But final character, Uzui Tengen. And that man did some work.
I'm gonna give him a 9. I'm gonna give him a 9.5. That man, like Mama said, that man was doing crazy work. Saved Tanjiro twice, and just like going into it in the anime, he definitely said that he wasn't as strong as Rengoku. Like apparently and obviously, Rengoku was just on a whole nother level. But Uzui Tengen, just the way that the animation set up and the way that the fight set up, you wouldn't have thought that they were that far apart. Like that man, and he was doing it with style too. Like that man, like he was just
Doing
so
it flashy, very flashy.
very flashy. That man is just so like I understand why that he's the Hashira that they assigned to the entertainment district arc, because his character, his lifestyle, what he's about just fit perfectly with everything that goes on in the entertainment arts district.
Right.
But yeah, I'm gonna have to do a 9.5.
I agree with 9.5, bro. That boy was fighting with one arm.
Like
That boy was fighting with one arm.
it was crazy.
Talking about that boy was fighting with an arm. I feel like for him, I can't give him a 10. Because like I just said, everything just like they would not have beat these demons without him, without the Hashira per se. And I feel like just the only thing that kind of throws dirt on him in his rating is that he's a Hashira. But then pay attention, it's also Like these upper demons ain't been killed in years and years. So like, granted, even if people have been dying or like on the demon side and they've been powerful, it's always been the lower ranking demon. So this was like the first time in a while, besides Rengoku, when Rengoku met Akaza. Akaza is OP as shit. That they had this kind of encountering, and granted, he had to play dead, but without him figuring out like how attacks were working with like the tune where he was singing it, like the C Sangshi, whatever, where he ran back, they would not have survived. Like we said, he came and saved Sanjiro twice, saved that man's eye, saved that man's mouth, and just didn't work throughout the whole story. Even though he was poisoned, he had to slow down the poison too. That man was just like, he was just too good. It was just too good, and then he had to retire afterwards. I gotta give him a 10. I feel like he was the clutch piece for that fight. They needed him.
Facts.
What's your rating, Kenny?
I already said I gave him 9.5.
9.5. All right, so moving on. The question that I have for y'all, using every anime that we have watched so far, because this is really what I'm struggling with. Where would y'all scale Demon Slayer characters at?
Next question. Kenny, answer the question. Whatever Kenny says.
I would
say
I'm not gonna. Their durability is definitely. I want to say it's higher than Naruto for sure.
I was going to say not early Naruto, but post retrieval arc. Can we agree on that?
I was gonna say I feel like their power level is like Hunter x Hunter level.
That's the close I was thinking, but
we saw Gon literally fight with one arm. We've seen that. We've seen them get poisoned, but Killer was immune to poison.
Yeah, I agree with Kenny. It would have to be Hunter x Hunter. I do still, just on a level of like power and difficulty, even though like sometimes people get confused by power levels and things of that nature because of animation. But I would have to agree either on the same scale as Hunter x Hunter, or Naruto post. I still agree with myself when I said Naruto post retrieval arc.
So like Naruto Shippuden?
Nah, like after Sasuke retrieval.
I'm saying the issue I have with that is because nobody in Naruto, well, most Jonin in Naruto aren't surviving what Inosuke survived, or even Tanjiro. We saw what happened to Azuma. Stop right now.
You're finished. You're done.
Is that not real? Azuma got stabbed.
Keep my sensei's name out your mouth.
Nah, that is just.
Azuma got stabbed, and that was it. Inosuke got stabbed, Tanjiro got stabbed, and they still alive.
Stop. I don't want to live through it again. That's crazy.
I'm not gonna lie. Somebody I would like to see a lot of was Rengoku's dad. I think it looked like he was cold.
That man looked like he could.
I'm not gonna lie. The way he was throwing it, he was punching the shit.
And Tanjiro's dad.
He was just a dancer.
As far as we know.
I'm trying to think.
Why do y'all? I'm just shut up.
We've seen Naruto and Sasuke get their arms blown off, but their fight stopped after that. They couldn't keep fighting with an arm blown off.
Man, they stopped fighting because they realized how much they love each other for real. Stop it.
Thank you very much for tuning in, guys. That's all we had for the same combo. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment, and we'll be sure to see you guys next week. I don't know what the hell's going on.
But when are we going to continue our One Piece